How's it going, guys? Saiyan here. I'm here to just give you guys the first tip video of many to come. This video in general will be over like tips on shooting, map movement, map awareness. I may even go over some tips just on Plaza in particular since I'm on it. However, let's just jump right into it, and the first topic will be just generally shot, because I get that question asked a lot, and people just all over are always asking like how my shot is so good, or I want to be able to shoot like you, or I'm losing so many fights and I just need to improve. And you guys want to know some tips. So first things first, you need to, of course, find out what your sense is. Now, there is no one sense that applies to everybody. Not everybody's going to play 3-3 or 3-4 or 4-4 or 4-2, whatever. However, the general sense that I would say to start out, if you just want to get a better shot, start out a little bit slower, get like 3-3 or 4-2 in. That's my general advice for that. However, if you're a little bit more advanced and you are a faster player, you should be playing on a faster sense, maybe turning even this down and acceleration up, or turning this way up and keeping the acceleration down, whatever fits you. But you have to figure out for yourself what applies to you the best. And that really just comes down to you putting in the time, putting in the effort. So that is the first step. Also, small caveat is no pro player has these above 0. I don't believe dead zones work as properly as they should in this game, as they're intended, so people have tended to just leave them at 0. Next tip as well is pre-aiming and being expectant of where to sort of feel out where the enemy is going to be. Now, whenever I'm playing my game, and I've started to notice recently that people have been almost commending me for my pre-aim, or my where I'm expecting people, and that is a very, very big tool and asset to your gunfights. And I think some people haven't quite realized that. I think people just see me hitting my shots and think that's all it is. Well, I really do win a lot of my gunfights, and a lot of pro players would win their gunfights because they're always up and have an advantage in the fight. And that's a big deal in Halo, is having the advantage, because you have shields. It's not just whoever shoots first is the winner. However, it gives you that advantage, and it gives you that upper hand in the fight that everyone needs whenever they are trying to win the game. So for an example, with pre-aiming, if I'm looking in the yard, I'm not going to be looking at the ground. I'm not going to be looking into the leaves, the pre-leaves on the tree, and they're falling down. I'm not trying to be looking where I don't expect people. There's not going to be a single person hiding up here, or anybody at my feet. I'm expecting somebody to be in my face, or at least right across from me. That's a big deal, is understanding where's somebody going to be standing. Because you have to think, nobody's going to be, unless they're jumping, of course, and they have a height advantage. That's another topic for another day. You really need to expect people typically to almost be at the same level as you. So I would say if you think somebody's in an elevator, you should be looking straight ahead. If you think somebody's at BR, you don't even have to look at the BR, peek out, and then adjust. You should almost understand that if I'm looking straight forward, I have that reticle right dead center on that man if he's right there. And that sort of relieves an expectation, because if I think somebody's BR but I'm looking here, that just gives me takes an extra second to snap onto that person. And what that could mean is you're down a shot, you need to back up, and you need to get your shields. However, if I think someone's there, I can instantly start shooting instead of having to snap, adjust maybe a couple times, and then start shooting. You'll start to notice how big of a deal that is once you're in a much higher tier of gameplay, because people are always trying to have the best positions on you, and you have to be expectant of what those people are trying to get the jump on you. Now, let's talk a little bit about map awareness. So this could also play into map awareness with what I was just talking about with the pre-aim. Map awareness is a big deal, and it's very much the idea of the meta of the game, and you have to understand it, because if I'm pushing in the yard, say we're spawning blue, I'm pushing in the yard, typically people are not going to be sitting in an elevator over here. Not usually. If you have somebody trapped in blue, they're not going to just typically let you walk in and sit in this elevator. That's not usually the plan. People want to try and keep you pinned down and try and keep that pressure up. So usually, people want to have that sight line from that BR, and that's sort of like that map awareness. You want to have that idea, I should probably be looking over here, because that's most likely. It's all about a numbers game. You have to have that sort of sense, what is the probability of this person being here, or maybe even thinking about it, sitting top gold, or just around this corner. This is why a good thing I do a lot, I just chuck in some nades sometimes. Obviously, nade hit markers, they're kind of a little bit of a crutch. They're in the game though currently, so use them. And just have that sort of pre-notion that you need to be looking ahead. And you need to understand where somebody is before you even poke around that corner. And if you, of course, if you're afraid that there might be 2 or 3 people, just poke around that corner. Have that expectation and don't fully commit instantly. Just kind of peek around, look around. Like I said earlier, Halo is a numbers game, and as well, it has its shields and it has its moments where you have that time to live and survive. So don't just waste your utilities just to maybe even get that half a second jump on somebody when you're in that disadvantaged state, being in such a bad spot. So if you have that expectation somebody's around that corner, well, somebody could be on that corner, and somebody could also be on this corner, and even sitting top gold. Now, this is that map awareness, and you have to understand, maybe he's here, maybe he's here. These are just the simple things you start to learn as you play the game a lot more. However, just some typical spots could be in this corner, sitting back BR, top gold, in the light rifle. At the highest play, people sometimes would make you think that they have yard, or don't have yard at all, and sit behind these planters or an elevator like I was talking about earlier. But that's kind of understanding your opponent, which is even more so a more difficult thing to work on. And another topic on map awareness is understanding the time limit. And currently I'm running on a different timer than a typical game. Usually be counting down from the 12 minutes. It's counting up. It's on an infinite loop. However, say sniper's coming up right now, as it's shown. I should not be sitting back BR. I shouldn't just be sitting right here doing nothing. Doing nothing, just worrying about yard when a sniper's coming up. Even if you're in yard, it's a team game, so obviously not everyone should be in the exact same spot. So take your time, think about it, and try and get into the best spot possible. One example being top gold. You still have this yard control. However, now you can help your teammates work around sniper rifle or even overshield. Overshield's a whole nother thing as well. If it's coming up and your teammates know that it's coming up, this doesn't mean you have to be the one going out here, or if you're sitting light rifle, you don't have to come out here. That's a topic of discussion with your team in-game, but this is that map awareness, and you need to put yourself in the best possible position while you are missing my jumps here. While you are in such good positions, you need to utilize them to the fullest extent and use your teammates as a sort of rebound of information. They tell you that they're fighting people at snipe, there's 3 guys over there, and you're full shields and nobody's poking blue. That means you can probably, that's your map awareness right there. That's 3 people on one side. Your teammates are taking the fight. That means they can't go over overshield. That's your time to go in. That's your time to make the play. Try and get the big playmaker right here. And so, use your positions wisely. Don't just make rash, quick decisions, especially early on. Once you play the game enough, you very much well could just get up to top gold. A lot of times, for example, I know that if I hear my teammates fighting, I'm just going up top gold and just soaring for it. Sometimes, at the highest level of play, you have split-second decisions that you have to make, but at this early stages of learning and getting better, just take your time. Don't sprint as much. Try and get to the the best possible positions, and just kind of wait it out a little bit. Look around. If you're playing with other people, ask them some questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions whenever you're playing with other people. So, what I talked about earlier, or just a second ago, with being in a top goal position and playing around overshield, here's another position on Plaza in particular, sitting glass. Sniper's up. This is a good angle. Now, if you're playing a team game, then you need to not all 3 of you, 4 of you, sitting glass or sitting LR. You guys need to spread out. You need to try and work the map and get some map control. That's what you'll hear a lot at the pro level of play is we need map control. And that means that you have a sort of, you just have that sort of plant, like your teammates are planted around the map, in a sense that gives you more angles to work with each other, because if 4 of us are standing right here, we can only look snipe, we can only look top middle, maybe bottom middle a little bit, and this front area blue. We can't see our backs, we can't really see top gold or dip that well, or even that other side of the map all the way back there by hotel. You need to try and spread out, you need to try and get yard, you need to try and get LR, and then from then on, you can work with each other. If you're on LR, and you have a second teammate here, somebody make the decision, ask, do you want to go for snipe, or just say that, make the quick decision, I'm going for snipe, watch my back. And this is that map awareness. Sniper's coming up, we need to get it. Somebody needs to get it, and it's better if your team gets it, obviously. So somebody make that decision, even direct some people. I know on my team in the past, on especially Reciprocity, we started telling each other, like, sometimes we just need to tell each other what to do. Some people might not like it, however, it makes it very easy. If you're the first one to make that decision or have that thought, like, I want that sniper, then you tell everyone else, and you're in that good position, obviously. If you're sitting back yard BR, and 3 of your teammates or 2 of your teammates are LR, somebody else is in yard, you're not going to be the one, hey, everyone else stay back, I'm going for sniper. No, you can say, somebody go for snipe, I'm watching your back. You get up to top glass, and now you're watching everybody else. So this is that sort of working the map awareness around. You need to be paying attention, and you should be doing this way far in advance. That's what those weapon timers, those weapon pads are for. It makes it very easy for you. It makes it very easy to sort of just walk around, and once 30 seconds rolls around, now the sniper's coming up, and it's telling you, and it shows that timer counting down, and you should be able to work with your team in a very reasonable amount of time to coordinate. And coordination is a very, very big deal. And this map awareness of what's going on, such as the sniper coming up or the overshield coming up, you need to act on it, and you can't just, once it's 5 seconds, if you wait till 5 seconds for the sniper coming up, I can almost guarantee that the other team is probably already way ahead of you and already on top of that sniper, because that's what you should have been doing. So be sure to keep an eye out, look around, look at where your teammates are at, look at where you're at, figure out what is the best possible sort of route for you and your teammates. Make some decisions for yourself, and be sure to vocalize that. Take some time. Don't instantly make that quick judgment. If you see sniper coming up in 30, think about it. Think about where you're at. If you're back here, like I said, don't just say, I want that sniper, if you see 2 of your teammates much farther ahead of you. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody wants to listen to that guy, because you're not in the right position. You're in the right position to say, hey, you guys push up, I'm right here, I can watch your back. Be that support player sometimes. Be that guy that can watch over your teammates, and just be aware of you, yourself, and your teammates, and what's going on around you. Same thing applies with the overshield. If you're sitting back BR or in yard, most likely you're not the one going for it if your teammates are already pushed up on light rifle and sitting posters. So some quick tips on Plaza in general. Let's just talk about some very easy to do and quick jumps that a lot of people have always brought up just about every time I do it if I get into the match. One, starting off right here, is this jump to glass that I do without having to stabilize, because obviously if you stabilize, you get a quick jump, or you can do this glitch and spring jump up real easy. However, if you don't want to do that and you just want to be quick, you can walk into this wall, and you'll notice when I'm walking into this wall, I sort of do a little bunny hop. And I do that, and you'll notice I'm moving up a little bit, and once I do that, I get a jump. I get a jump, and I can instantly jump again. It's almost like doing a double jump in the air, because obviously I can't double jump right now, but I walk in the wall, I'm boosted up a little bit, I can jump again, instantly clamber up. A lot of people know about this, however, I think it's very important, and everyone needs to learn this jump, from van to this sort of umbrella, I guess, or yeah, umbrella. And instead of making this, it's very easy to just jump up here and then clamber. However, kind of shorten the time. I believe you can jump off this van, do a 360, not a 360, a 180. So you walk onto this van, try and get on this windshield is what I usually recommend, and hold crouch, hold clamber. I usually recommend holding clamber, or having hold to clamber on. I think it makes it very easy. It keeps the window for when you can clamber always open if you're holding down the button, instead of you having to make that instant decision, and now you're instantly up here. Show it off one more time. make that jump. You can even bump your head. Even if you bump your head, it still almost allows you to clamber every single time if you hit it at the right angle. It's gonna take some practice. Now you're instantly up here. Another jump. Same exact concept as over on glass. You walk to the wall, you get a little bunny hop. You do the exact same thing. You walk into the wall, jump, instant clamber up to here without using anything else but just the mechanics you're given. Some other useful jumps and locations is this corner right here on this sign. It's only on this corner and it's very, very small window. You almost have to be right under it. However, if you're facing it just like this, it will not really work. You almost have to come at it at this angle. So if you're coming at it from here, you kind of jump at it and turn around a little bit. And it'll give you that clamber. Easy way to get up to top gold. You jump, you hug this wall, and now you're on this sign. Crouch jump. Now you're up here and you're in a great position when you're in such a bad spot down there. Another easy jump to get into a good position. If you're stuck down here, you want that over shield. Just come on down here, jump on that light, come up here. You can even clamber, or what I would do typically if I was stuck in this position is I get onto the light, I start a sprint, and I jump thrust. Or you don't even need to really sprint. You just kind of get back up there. You just kind of get on top of the light, you jump thrust. You hold crouch, and it allows you to just get over this ledge without having to use clamber at all. Because clamber, it definitely does slow you down a little bit, and sometimes in those very clutch moments, you need to get there as quickly as possible, and now you have this overshield. So that is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed and learned something new. Be sure to let me know, hop in the stream, tell me you learned something new. I'm on 5 days a week, roughly around 7 p.m. for 4 to 5 hours. New videos like this are going to be coming as well. This is the first one. It took me a while to get to it, but I think I'm going to hop on the content grind a little bit harder from here on out. So let me know what you guys thought. Maybe give me some ideas on what you would all like to see in the future. I'm thinking next time maybe I'll start doing maybe some crouch strafing or strafing in general tips. Maybe some map specific tips that I did today towards the end. Just in general, do like a map specific video for maybe all the HCS maps. I'll see about that one. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one. Be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Later, guys.